Okay, day 19. This is my scale. If you can see it. Oh, it went away. Let me see. Before I put on my jacket, you see I don't have on my karate jacket or nothing, right? Day 19. I'm feeling good today. I don't know, I gotta get a different scale. Day 19. We're coming under 210. I don't know why this thing go from 2.9 to 210. But before I put on all them extra clothes and that karate jacket and my back brace and all that stuff, let's see if I could get it again. It's my scale. Ooh, it's saying 208. I don't know why it's jumping around like that. You see? 208. Anyway, I think I need a new scale because not that I think that is so much lying to me, but that scale is kind of different, you know? But we're celebrating today because we under 210. We definitely under 210. If I put on all of these clothes and stuff first, so I'm getting dressed afterwards because I'm kind of like celebrating today. And I'm feeling good in the stomach area. Even though you see the flab right there, my stomach used to be out there, okay? My stomach used to be bloated and out there. And I'm going to tell you, and you see that crease right there? You see my six-pack starting to come? A little crease is coming in right there. A little muscle is forming at the top over here. Don't sleep on that little line right there. That's one line, okay? Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm going to tell you why I know this is so true and my scale is not really playing that many tricks on me is because yesterday, what I did was I didn't drink a lot of juice, you know, because usually if I don't eat, I would like just drink a lot of juice, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't drink a whole lot of juice. I sipped on juice. And as far as eating, I wasn't even hungry when I made this salad. I had made a little salad with lettuce and tomatoes. And I like mushrooms, so I put a little mushrooms in there, right? And so I made a little bowl of salad, right? And the thing about it was that my mind was just thinking about, you know, you didn't eat nothing. It wasn't like I was really hungry. So, whatchamacallit, I went in there and I made a salad. And then when I started eating it, I realized, you know, you just tasting food. You're not really hungry. So I put the cover on the bowl and I put it back in the refrigerator. I hadn't even got a fourth or a third or nothing of the salad eaten. And I put it in the refrigerator. After that, when I felt like, you know, when my mind started telling me that I wanted to chew something or taste something, I went in there and got an apple. I chewed on the apple and chewed the juices out and spit the rest of the peel and stuff out. I didn't swallow the peel down. So my stomach is not feeling bloated or full or nothing like that. I'm just feeling just right, and it feels like, I don't know if you can see it in my face, but it feels like the weight is coming down. Even though maybe it's not coming off, it just feels like for some reason, you know, I'm not feeling as big in this area. I'm feeling kind of good, okay? So, like I said, we waiting for a new band because this band had broke. And partially, you know, like I keep putting the company name up there, but you're supposed to, I guess, hold these by the handles and put your feet in here. But me, I was holding it halfway because I wanted it to pull up my body weight. So it might not be the company's fault. It might just be my, my misuse of the way I want to use it. You know what I'm saying? You know how you get equipment and you might not, you might find a way to use it other than how the instructions, but what I thought about, I was taking my mortgage class last night. I started studying my mortgage class. That's what I'm doing now. And I'm thinking about rules and regulations now. I'm studying laws, right? And then I said, oh, that's what I did, I keep putting a company up there, so forgive me. What's it, Wilder? If I'm promoting you in the wrong way, but I've been using the band the wrong way, basically. I've been grabbing it, not by the handles, but halfway, and putting excess weight on it, and it pops. And I guess it's a part of my obesity. Some of the equipment is not gonna, last. So this is in our second half, and we're just gonna go ahead and get this out the way, aim this to the floor. I guess we'll try to do some push-ups. I'm not really successful with them, but I do a funny kind of something here. It's not really like I could bend my arms. It's like I push my butt in and out. You can't bend my elbows. You know what? That's still something, because on YouTube I seen somebody do their sit-ups that way. They're not bending their elbows, but they kind of like planking. And then I usually use, like I said, the resistance band to pull myself up. Hold it at the halfway, I usually hold it halfway, not at the handlebars. Because at the handles, it's harder to get up. But if I was holding it halfway, and it was helping me pull my body weight up until, boom, it pops. Right on camera, too. Was that yesterday or the day before yesterday? Whew. Okay. So we almost 8 minutes in, wasting time. So that's the push-ups that I'm able to do. But I got another resistant band that's coming. If you Google it, just 1 minute. If you Google it, you'll see it's a resistant band, and it kind of like, they use it to help them with the push-ups. They put it around their back and their arms. Okay, so we're just gonna do sit-ups without. We're almost 10 minutes in and haven't really started nothing yet. Yeah, but with the push-ups, even though I'm doing them wrong, I just want to practice putting some weight on my arms. So I just go ahead and do the planking thing. And then maybe eventually these little muscles will grow. And I'll be able to, hold my body weight. I guess it's, your upper body weight. So no resistant band. We wasted about 10 minutes. So we spent about 20 minutes. But I started, it's called MLO, Mortgage Loan Originator. So like, you have the mortgage bankers, brokers, and the originators, it's different requirements for each level, different bonding or net worth that you have to be in order to, become a banker or a broker, so the originator is like only about 10,000 bond that you have to hold, so that's the start. Whew. So soon I'm gonna be doing y'all loans. But I gotta kind of like, it's online school, so you gotta teach yourself. You just gotta go ahead and read with understanding without no professor in front of the class breaking it down to you, But basically, because I'm a real estate broker already, I kind of like know some of the laws or some of the things is, make kind of like common sense to me compared to what I learned as a real estate broker. So, last night I was studying the laws. And today I'm gonna finish out the laws and get into the main course. It's about 20 hours of study, but they say 20 hours, but it take me longer, because I gotta keep reading the paragraph over, for, reading and comprehension. I can't just read the paragraph once. If it's complicated and got a lot of information in it, I read it 2 or 3 times. So it take me longer than what, they 20 hours might take me 40 or 50 hours. So all weekend I'll be studying, try to put in 10 hours a day, because I know it's going to take me longer than 20 hours. So that's what I'm going to do all day after I finish my workout. I have nothing else to do but cram. The way you pass these real estate broker, and like what I'm doing now, mortgage originator, these tests, you cram good. You study, you learn hard, you cram good. And don't let time go past for you to take the main test. There's a major test of 125 questions or something like that. Don't let, a whole lot of time pass that you crammed to take the test. Go ahead and cram. Study, and then boom, go take the test. But they say like only 50% of the people, like 50 or 60% of the people pass the test on the first go. So, yeah, only 50 or 60% of the people pass the test on the first go. So, you might expect to fail, but if you cram good and study hard and go ahead and take the test while everything is fresh on your brain, which what I plan on doing. So if I finish the school by like Monday or Tuesday, finish all the online coursework, and they have a test sometime next week, I'll take it. So I don't know how often they have the test. But while I'm studying, every day I'm gonna put in my 1 hour workout. I'm gonna record my 1 hour workout. Because I gotta do my 1 hour workout every day, regardless of my other activities. And then it take about 3 hours, because you gotta do the 1 hour workout. Then I gotta upload, and it take an hour to upload, and I upload to 2 channels, the Duchess and also to the War Against Obesity. Which that channel is underway. Anybody that's on the Duchess site, I advise y'all to go over there to the War Against Obesity. and subscribe over there. And because I may stop putting the videos up on the Duchess site. The War Against Obesity, that YouTube site is dedicated to this, you know, because I decided this is truly what I'm going to be doing every day. So, you know, it needs its own channel, you know. Yeah, so like you said, it seemed like I'm doing a lot of talking and not that much working, but the main thing is your diet. You know, the best thing that happened yesterday was I didn't really eat nothing. And I wasn't starving for nothing. That doesn't mean I didn't put nothing in my mouth. I put something in my mouth because your mouth have a habit of chewing and your taste buds have a habit of tasting on a regular basis. It's sort of like an addiction. So even though I wasn't hungry, I said, I'm not hungry, but I just got to go in there and make a little salad. You know, break off a little lettuce and, you know, the little berry tomatoes, and cut the little berries in half. And I put a little, I like mushrooms. I put a little mushrooms on my salad. I like those big mixed salads where you put the black olives and all that, onions and stuff, but that's gonna be a little bit too heavy for right now. Just a minute. That's gonna be a little bit too heavy right now. So I was careful with my diet yesterday. And like I said, we at, what day we at? Day 19? Yeah, we at day 19, so we over 2 weeks, because 2 weeks would be like 14 days. So we almost 3 weeks trying to, the first week, my weight started at 220. The first week I lost 10 pounds. After that, my body stopped letting off pounds. It started storing fat. And, you know, it stayed at 210. Like, I couldn't get under, but you see today I put the scale up and it's starting to show underneath 210, 29, 28, and this is before a steam bath. After a steam bath, it'll show another 1 or 2 pounds off. You know, sometimes it shows water weight, but if I just get out the bed and step on a scale, that's what it is. But, you know, sometimes when I take steam baths, it'll drop like a pound or 2, and that'll bounce back up, you know. So that's like water weight, I guess. You know. Or I guess if you lose the weight and you turn around and do a lot of drinking, like juice, you know, 64 ounces of soda and all that stuff, you could drink too much. You could drink too much too. So we're getting this workout out the way today because I gotta get back to studying. So we got about 10 more minutes on this floor. We wasted 10 minutes just, you know, because I said I want to prove on camera that the scale is going down. So before I put on all of the layers of clothes, let me get on the scale and show the scale. It's starting to drop under 10, under 210. It's like 2.9 and sometimes showing 2.8. And sometimes it look like it's jumping back up there to 210, but I know I'm getting under, you know. So our goal now is Since the body is cooperating, I'm trying to get under 200 pounds because we're not never going back over 200 pounds once I get underneath it. I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound of 200 pounds. We automatically know that's obese. Shoot, heavyweight champs. How big is heavyweight? Heavyweight champs is like, heavyweight boxing champs is like what, 160 or something like that, 170. I'm bigger than a heavyweight champ, you know? Yeah, make sure you get a yoga mat because if you do it on your carpet, you get carpet burn on your butt. So you're gonna have to invest some kind of equipment, you know? Little yoga mat to get down on. You know, and get down there, you know, even if you gotta do a leg lift, you know, if you can't do a sit-up, and you just bend your knee and do your leg lift. I think if you lift both legs at the same time, it might make more effect, you know. I seen one YouTuber do this, and like this, some people say this is the correct way of dealing with your abs. Because it burns up from here, up in here. Like you got this fatty part right here that needs to, you know. And then when you sit up, it seems like this is starting right here. Where I showed you that crease is starting to come in my stomach. That little line is forming in my stomach. And then some people do like a rock. You could do both. You could rock back and forth, which doesn't feel too bad. You know, like you need a rocking chair. It's not bad. Put your hands underneath your thighs. Help your thighs come up. Just rock. Wait a minute, let me fix this mat. Just a minute, y'all. Okay, what was we doing? Just a minute. Okay, that's the only thing my mat keep moving. It don't stay still. I bought the piece of carpet. I bought the strip of carpet for the workout, but it burned my butt. I liked it, the design and everything. Just a little strip to lay on my towels. And I was gonna do my workout strictly on that. But I leave that on the floor and I step back and forth over it all day, so I said I'm gonna need a mat. So I got a mat. So I had got this mat and it was moving one day. This is when one of my first videos. And it was moving and moving, so I took the mat up and I just worked out on the carpet. And whoo, I put a burn on my butt. That took like days or maybe a whole week to go away, to heal up. Nevertheless, I kept working out every day with a burned butt, with a carpet burned butt. So, like I said, I don't know what you're trying to work on, but, you know, just do 1 hour or something every day. You know, yeah, see what condition I'm working in. I'm just in the hallway, next to the bathroom, next to the closets, with Benzes in the background. You know, you can't make no excuse. For 2021, there's no excuses for me, you know? We just gonna go and work And, pray that we get in better situations, better financial situations, better living situations, or whatever you want out of 2021, but you're going to have to work for it. And better body shape, better health, because God can't answer your prayers if he don't see you working at it. You got to be showing that, God, I'm working on trying to get my weight down. Please help me. I'm not starving, you know what I'm saying? So please don't store the fat. Let the fat go. I'm trying to get down to 135, 140. God, please show me the way. Bring me the equipment, you know what I'm saying? Let me pick out the right equipment that's going to help me. Let me do the proper exercises, guide me. And sometimes you got to pray on it. All the time you got to pray on it. I got to pray on this, and then I got to pray on my mortgage test. Once I finish all the studying, because, that homeschooling, teaching yourself ain't easy. You'd rather sit in front of a class and let the professor break it down, even though you're reading the book. You'd rather let him break it down for you. Because he's, experience is the best teacher, What you're going to encounter, mostly, when you're working. Some of that stuff is just, history or laws that, you need to know that, that you're not going to use every day. You're just going to learn it, and those ain't going to be the things that you're going to use to make money, the laws, you know what I'm saying? The laws is just going to help you, prevent you from losing your license, and yeah, you need to know that, and you need to have that stuck in your head. But a lot of stuff is common sense because when you're fraudulent, if something don't seem right, like if you're learning it, any documents that you sign, you're supposed to have a copy of the contract, things of that nature. A lot of that stuff is common sense. And anything that you learn, any trade that you're into, any profession that you're studying, when you go to school, you need to practice, You can't just do your college and then, you just, you're not working in that field. You're not practicing in that field. Like, I got a bachelor's degree in music production, and I barely be in the studio right now. I keep telling myself I'm going to get to it, and I got all the books and the lessons saved on a hard drive about, music production and music theory and stuff, but I just haven't been really practicing, because I know when I started college, I was already a real estate broker, So even though in life I wanted to conquer music, a music degree, I'm already a real estate broker. So when you think about music, real estate, and mortgage, what do you think you might more likely make money from? Like, music is more like I might be a starving artist, you know what I'm saying? And then the real estate, it's big money, but you gotta hustle. It's according to your hustle, you know what I'm saying? But you can make, sky's the limit, And then the mortgage also. People who get rich off of, mortgage and real estate. So, you could rent an apartment in real estate or do a mortgage application in the mortgage and earn your point or whatever. But with the music, it's kind of like, okay, you learn your craft and then you got so much competition and producers, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's paying attention to you, so how you going to get the attention of the industry? of the music industry. And then you look at the rappers like killing each other, and you be like, do I want the attention of the industry? Is that what I really want? Like Lil Durk's song go, this ain't what you want. So instead of getting involved where, you know, yeah, I would like to make a hit record. I would like to produce it, write it, and perform it. But I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to do other things. Because there's some people that try to become artists all their life. Dancers, singers, whatever, actors. And that's the only thing they focus on. And if you don't ever make it, then you wasted your whole life trying to do one thing when you could have been studying other professions or trades and making money otherwise, you know. But, you know, I don't know. I guess sometimes they say, you know, whatever you want, you got to put your all into it. So it's up to you. You got to determine what you want to do. But if you have other interests in life other than rapping, singing, or music, I would advise for you to go ahead and get those credentials. Okay, so we passed the 30-minute mark. We're going to go ahead and get off this floor. I'm going to take off these karate gloves and get into the boxing gloves. I'm going to be studying all day and all night. Like I said, I'm waiting for another resistant band to come in. Yeah, we 1 hour a day. Anybody new here, like, subscribe. Please leave me a comment. Tell me something. I like for somebody to talk to me. That's when I really know I got a real audience. You know, some people just look, you know, at your videos and they don't make their presence known. They don't like or comment on the video. But so we're gonna get up off this floor if we can. Let's see, camera. I be seeing some people, they got some expensive gyms and they look like they out on an island next to the water doing yogas on a mat. They look all rich and clean. Maybe we'll do our workout one day on the island. Maybe I'll get there one day. Okay, y'all, I'm on vacation, but I'm still doing my 1 hour workout. But we ain't nowhere near vacation yet. But y'all can make a donation. It's gonna be in the description. I think I got a Cash App and I got a PayPal email address. Let me know if you want me to go live, if I should go live. You know, I don't like to go live if, you know, I don't have the name scrolling. I like to have, like, you know, like I see other YouTubers, they got names scrolling. Like, you know, whenever I go live, it only be like one person. Oh, whew. I came off of the phone came off the stand. I'm trying to adjust this thing a little bit so that it's too low. So we're gonna continue working, but I'm telling you, my mind is other places. My mind is other places with the mortgage school. And it's interesting. I thought, you know, I thought I was gonna be real bored with it, but I'm not, because the studying of the mortgage is similar to the studying that I do with the real estate. So we're working with Everlast equipment. I guess it's gonna last forever. It feel like it's gonna last forever. This thing don't seem like I could ever break it. My granddaughter come over and I'd be like, don't poke it with nothing. Don't poke it with a fork or a knife or nothing. So that's the only way. You're not gonna really break this thing. So you decide to get one of these. Like I said in other videos, I stopped talking about it, but at the bottom of this thing down here, it's like a big round bucket where you can put sand in there or water. And I seen one lady on YouTube doing a demonstration, and she actually dumped water with a bucket, like poured actual loose water inside of the bottom. But I said, nah, because that water could start getting dirty and stinking and stuff. And if, you know, like she got a husband, so if a husband be punching in it, it could be wiggling and splashing, because it still moves if you punch it hard enough, right? I can still move it out of place. But what I do, like I drink Polar Spring water, so I get cases of the 16-ounce bottles of water, right? But for this to hold the weight down, instead of getting the water that I normally drink, I got an off-brand that I don't usually drink. And I got 3 cases. The cases was like 35 16-ounce bottles. They was at the Stop and Shop on sale for $11 for 3. So 35 times 3, you know what I'm saying? So you got about 30, 60, 90, like 100 and something bottles of water. 16-ounce bottles, you know. Water's pretty cheap. So I just bought the off-brand and I put it down. I put the 16-ounce bottles down in there. I didn't unscrew the top and pour the water in there. Just like you storing bottles of water. And it took about 80 to 85 bottles, 16-ounce bottles down there. You know, so instead of dealing with sand, you know, you gotta go get sand. One guy put sand and rocks and all that stuff. Instead of dealing with all of that dirt, or instead of, you know, splashing, pouring loose water down in there, and it's, you know, stinking and it's messing up the, you know, it might start rusting or whatever the situation is. You know, just leave the water in the 16-ounce bottles. Don't open them, just set the bottles down there like you storing water, you know, away for a later time. But the water that you're putting down there is an off-brand, not the brand that you drink. So if you drink Poland Spring, don't put Poland Spring down there, because whenever you out of water, you're going to be thinking about that water down there. Just put a brand that you don't usually drink. So, you know, if you ever have to take this thing apart to get that water, you know we're in a real disaster. You know, something happened with the water. You know, like the water, our water, rivers is tainted, you know. So other than that, they'll just stay, the waters will just stay down there. Unless you move this thing to another location and you open it, you take it apart, and you take the 16-ounce bottles out to relocate the heavy bag. And then when you get where you're going, you just put those same bottles of water back in. You know? So if you're gonna move the heavy bag, say like we go from this location and I get enough donations and stuff, and y'all donate so much money to me that I go get a big house and make a big workout room, and I take this over to the big house. I'll take all the 16-ounce bottles of water and put it in a box. And the same amount that came out, put it in one box, and that'll be, when we get to the new location, those same bottles of water will go back into this thing. So, other than that, if you're gonna be staying at your location for a while, you know, like we in the corner right here, next to the bathroom, you know, I'm not gonna be moving this thing around the house for no reason. This is all you need is a little corner, a little wall this. And you get the gloves. This is about $200. And these gloves is about $60. The karate gloves is $25. So if you get your stimulus checks, you know, put it towards, you know, going towards your workout. Not only that, but this is kind of like, I think a lot of people got punching bags for Christmas, like, you know, that was like a Christmas present, you know. But you know how some people get equipment and, you know, you get that equipment, like that ab lounge, when the ab lounge came out, everybody ran and got that, and you sit on it, and you do like that, and you get tired of it, you know what I'm saying? Then it's just sitting there taking up room. But this right here is not something that you get tired of doing. This is actually good because, like I said, it kind of like relieves the stress. You know, you get a little workout, you see my face is sweating. But also, I'm not stressed about nothing, you know? Because it's like I'm fighting, like I'm beating it up. It's like I'm beating stress up. So I'm not really stressed out about nothing lately other than passing that test. And there's no need to be stressed out about a test because all you got to do for that is study, cram. That's one thing about with the real estate license and the mortgage license compared to other things that you need to have your degree. You know, you need an associate's or master's degree. You don't need that. All you got to do is put your hours. Like for the mortgage, you only need 20 hours. I think for the real estate, I think it went up to 75 hours, and then the brokerage is another something. Don't quote me, but I think it's more hours on the real estate. Because the real estate, you go from a real estate agent, and then after 2 years being underneath a broker, you could go back to school and do some more hours and take your broker's test. I'm going to do that on my real estate YouTube, Best Buy Homes Realty. I'm going to start teaching people how I, got my licenses and stuff like that, and, my success, I think after I learned about mortgage and the different packages, and I know what's good for me, I know what's good for you, but I also know what's good for me. And maybe some real estate investing and stuff like that. I'm going to start doing some videos on my real estate website. That help keep things fresh in your memory too. When you record, when you do recordings, like you teaching somebody something that you know, and you gotta brush up on it, do your research. You might even have to have your little pad right there next to you, reminding you of the topics that you're going to hit on, because you don't want to give out no false information when you're dealing with finances, with people's finances and property or anything like that. So that information is going to have to be accurate information when I start doing that. And I'm going to be doing that shortly. So on YouTube, I'm going to have like 3 or 4 sites going. But I think the war on obesity, I think we're going to build an army. War against obesity, we're going to be a big organization. Gotta start like a membership. Because we're going to do 1 hour a day. And you see, I'm saying I got studying to do. I done started my mortgage class, but look at me here. I'd rather just go ahead and study, spend this time that I'm doing this studying and get to my test and cram, but I already committed myself to 1 hour workout, and I need it, and I'm obese, so there ain't no denying that. Yeah, so we got a little success story today. Like I said, I lost 10 pounds quick in the first week. The first week, you should shed like 10 pounds fast. First week of working out or, starting on your diet and stuff, come off quick. And then your body be saying, oh, wait a minute, this person is starving. This person is like withering away. Your body think that you're withering away. You're not, taking in food, so like you normally do. So it starts storing the fat and holding on to the fat. I guess until it realized, that you're just toning up, Yeah, so it's taken more than 2 weeks to lose more than 10 pounds, to get under, because I started at 220 and I'm down to 209, 208 now. Like I said, once I get in the steamy tub, it's gonna come down another pound or two. It usually come down another pound or two after steaming bath. But that's probably just water weight. So we got success today. Whew. So all I gotta do is don't eat nothing today. If I taste a little corn of lettuce and tomatoes, not even a whole bowl. And if I have a taste of be chewing on something, just get an apple and chew it. Sometimes the apple feel a little heavy with the peeling and all that stuff. You can just chew that up, chew all the juice out of it, and spit the peeling out. You don't even have to eat the whole apple. You're just trying to satisfy your taste buds. You're trying to satisfy the fact that, your mouth is addicted to chewing. Your teeth is used to, the force of habit, just like smoking. The force of putting something, taking your hand, putting it to your mouth and inhaling. Once you get past the force of habit, then you can have some success. So basically, the eating is kind of like, I'm sitting up there, I'm not even hungry. I wasn't even hungry. But I just had to go in there and make a salad. And I didn't even put much ingredients, just lettuce, tomatoes. And I needed to taste, I got these little mushrooms in the jar. I'll put some little mushrooms in there. So I'm in the room and I'm watching YouTube. No, I was actually doing my mortgage school. And I said, let me put the top on this bowl and put it back in the refrigerator and let me concentrate on school. Sitting up here trying to, because I'm in school, trying to have something to drink and something to eat while I'm doing the lesson. And that didn't make no sense. Because I didn't even feel hungry enough to eat the whole bowl of salad that I made. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking to myself, if I eat this whole bowl of salad, I don't even feel like eating this whole bowl of salad. So if I sit there and eat this whole bowl of salad, I'm putting on that weight for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So something just entered my mind. Like God just entered my mind and said, you're really not hungry. You took a couple of bites. You got a couple of tastes of salad, of the lettuce and tomatoes and the mushrooms. Go ahead and put the cap on it and put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. So the same little salad that I was eating on yesterday, sometime this afternoon or tonight, I'll pull it out the refrigerator and taste a little bit more because I'm not really hungry, Like they say, you're supposed to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but, it's morning. I'm not really hungry, you know what I'm saying? I don't really feel hungry just because, they say you're supposed to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like I said, my disclaimer is if you have a medical condition, go talk to your doctor. Don't listen to me. You know. Don't do no workouts and don't do no diets unless, you know, you speak to your doctor. But, you know, if you got to go outside and travel on a train, bus, or drive, or you actually got to report to your job or something like that, yeah, you probably want to have a little breakfast because, you know, you don't want to be out there fainting like, oh, I'm trying not to eat. I'm not trying not to eat no breakfast and lunch and stuff. I'm trying to skip some meals so I can lose weight, you know what I'm saying? You know, go ahead and drink a cup of coffee or whatever. Just, you know, like I said, eat a small portion, you know. Don't eat the bacon, you know what I'm saying? Have an egg. Have a boiled egg or two. Don't eat the bread, you know, the bacon BLT sandwich, the whole bread and bacon and all that stuff. You know. I remember I used to crave for crab legs. And, you know, on YouTube, there was this lady that she had those mukbang or whatever they call it, where they have a whole bunch of food, a plate in front of their face, and she just used to be eating a whole lot of big ass crabs and making her sauce and dipping it and eating it, right? And that used to make me want to go get some crab legs. I used to love crab legs and all that stuff, right? And other people used to copy and do it too, you know, like, but she was like, hers was like the most. She got to the point where she wouldn't even have to break the crabs open no more. She just had the crab meat. She had big, thick crab meat, like somebody opened the crabs for her and a pile of just crab meat, so she just dumping the meat. Like, forget about having to break the shell, you know? And she used to just be sitting there for like an hour, just eating and eating and eating. And sometimes she had somebody with her right next to her. And sometimes they used to give up and she just be eating and eating. Anyway, she became famous off of that. I don't know how fat her bottom is, but she was eating a lot of crab. Anyway, so I usually get snow crab legs. That's the little ones, you know what I'm saying? And the king crab legs is the big ones, right? So one day I went to the fish market and they didn't have the little ones. They just had the big ones, right? The big ones are real expensive, so for like 5 long ones, it was like $100. So I was like, damn, you know, I have a craving for crab, and they don't have no snow crab legs, and I gotta shell out more money, you know? So I went ahead and did it. I went ahead and paid the $100 for those crab legs, and I came home and put them in a pot and boiled them. And then after I started eating them and dipping them in butter and everything like that, I didn't like them. I don't know if they were sour from the store. I don't know if something was wrong with my cooking. I didn't put enough Obey in it or whatever the situation was, but I'm going to tell you, after eating that batch of crab legs, some king crab legs, I don't want no more crab legs. I don't have a desire for it no more. I lost my desire. I also lost my desire for shrimp. I do like clams and salmon, and I like fried fish. But I'm cutting all of that stuff out right now while I'm dieting. Sometimes I sneak and go and get my clams and, you know, break them open and put some lemon and hot sauce on it. And, but now that my body is coming, you know, I'm starting to lose more and more, you know. Once you start coming down, you don't want to upset that. So like I say, before you start your diet, make sure you eat all your favorite foods, you know. You might have to run around and go to the restaurants twice or 3 times. Oh, I got a craving for this, beef patties with cheese. I got a craving for pizza with extra cheese. I got a craving for Jamaican jerk chicken. I got a craving for, Chinese food. I got a craving for, you have to be able to talk about it, think about it, and not mess with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm talking about it. Go ahead and eat enough of it. Because your diet is the most important thing. You don't want to be sitting there craving nothing. Lose 10 pounds or lose 20 pounds. And then you run and be like, you don't want to do that. So you should be able to think about food, talk about food, had enough of everything, and then start your workout and your diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and eat it and get it out the way. You might be in the middle of working out and dieting, and you might get a little craving. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go take a little taste of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat the whole thing. Pinch off of it and give the rest to somebody else. Because one thing we're not going to deny is the addiction, the food addiction, the food cravings and addiction. It's worse than crack and it's worse than dope, And the good excuses that our bodies need, to eat food and to survive. So that's a good excuse to just go ahead and get fat and obese. But actually, like I said, if you catch yourself and you monitor yourself and you watch yourself, you'd be like, I'm not really hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about food. I'm going to go in there and get that. Yeah, if I want to taste it. You know what I'm saying? Or, you throw on a movie or you're watching a TV show. And you say, I'm going to just go make a plate of food for the show. And if you're not hungry, what for? Just go ahead and watch the TV. Suck on a piece of candy or something, I got these little honey candies. Get a little bag of, candy and sweets is not the good advice, but them hard candies, will get you past, thinking that you need to go in there and eat a whole meal. Sometimes you just want to put something in your mouth, because it's a force of habit, is basically what I'm trying to say. Whew. So yesterday we was working out. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about Dr. Dre and his wife. And he caught the aneurysm. And finally, what came about last night was after my workout was over, I come to find out that, he's temporarily agreeing to give her the $2 million alimony or whatever that she's asking for. I guess one-time payments of future notice until, they get into the courts. I guess so she could back off and leave him alone so they could stop arguing and bickering. She could just go ahead over there with that $2 million and go ahead and enjoy herself, you know what I'm saying, or take care of her bills or whatever she got to do, give some to her lawyers or whatever. So with the aneurysm, it's causing him to kind of like to throw in the white towel or whatever, to give up the fight kind of like. But like I said yesterday, she's the wife. She has several kids, 2 or 3 kids. She's been sleeping with him all these years since the 90s. So before he was rich, she stuck it out with him all this time. She probably went through abuse because she's known to be a woman abuser, Then, turn around to the second part of the news, and the Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. And they wasn't up against much police opposition compared to if it was, the Black Lives Matter or something like that. They probably would have had the military and helicopters and stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? So you see the white privilege is, what they're talking about. But still, they had like 4 people died, and a woman got shot. A white woman got shot. She lost her leg. Anyway, so we finished. I'm gonna go study, y'all. So we got success. We losing more than 10 pounds. So my body was, like I said, storing the fat, and it wasn't losing more than 10 pounds, but today is showing that it's losing more. So we went from 220, now we down to 209, so we're about 11 pounds down, and you know, we're trying to get under 200 for our next victory. All right, so peace, heavyweight champs. We finished with where we at? Day 19? We almost getting to a whole month at this. Okay, peace, I'm out. Y'all have a good day.